Hey everybody, I'm ZeldaMaster and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda. In this one we're taking on level 5, which is known as the Lizard. Now, I'll be honest guys, this is where the difficulty tends to ramp up because, yeah, this dungeon can't be defeated without a specific item that is really well hidden within this dungeon. Like, the boss can't be defeated without this item, so we're gonna go ahead and obtain it. And as you saw right there, I just killed off a bunch of enemies within this room, which I believe are known as Pulse Voice. And sword attacks don't do much. The easiest way to kill them is with arrows, because they go straight through them and kill them in a blow. But alright, let's go ahead and now enter this room. And I believe all we got from that room was a small key. Nothing too important. I can actually skip a lot of the rooms if I want to, just because we have a lot of small keys on us. I mean, we came into this temple with 5, I believe, and now we have 7. So yeah, overall we can skip some of the doors that have locks on them. Actually, I highly suggest doing so if you want to like breeze through the temple. But here's a door that we don't have to open, but I'm going to open to show off a tip. And like I said, a lot of these doors you just don't have to open, and you can save all of your keys and ignore a lot of keys that can be obtained. It's pretty weird, but I just kind of want to show this off. So Dig Dugger hates certain kind of sound. Dig Dugger is actually the boss of the temple, and yeah, the old man is telling us that because he is giving us a tip that we need a specific item that will produce a certain kind of sound to defeat Dig Dugger. Now, in this room, we're going to need bombs. You need 6 exactly, and you need to make sure you don't miss them. I believe you could maybe hit the Dugongos after you give them a bomb, and then that way you only have to use 1 bomb, and maybe you can kill him within the next hit. That's very hard to execute, so normally you're going to have to use all 6 bombs. What I did right there is I quickly got the dungeon map, and now I'm going to quickly... Oops, okay, I didn't mean to interact with the Dodongo, but if you couldn't tell, I actually have a little more rupees than I did from the last episode as well. That is because off screen, I decided to collect some rupees off screen, just in the overworld. Like, I ran around Hyrule and just killed off some enemies, got myself a lot of rupees. The reason why I did that is because we're going to buy something within this temple, an upgrade to our bombs, actually, which are going to need 100 rupees. Now, first thing I want to do is show off, if you defeat these enemies, you will pretty much open up the door that will take you to this room, but it's much more difficult if you decide to defeat the Dodongos. I highly suggest opening up the cracked wall here and entering it. That's pretty much how you skip defeating the Dodongos, as well as I believe you had to take on a horde of dark nuts within the room right above us, so we were able to avoid all of that by bombing the wall. And that's what we get from knowing what's ahead and pretty much just playing the game before. But alright, let's go ahead and now enter to this door, and I'd say this is where things get a little difficult. This is like the most difficult section in my eyes in terms of like taking on the temple, just because we need to defeat these guys, and they do actually a lot of hearts, and they can chase you, and it's really stupid how I just messed up like that, and I wasted way too many hearts. And I did pick up a potion in the last video off screen. Now, they only take 2 hits with the sword, but it's just like, man, I don't know. I'm just bad, guys. Honestly, I'll admit it. I'm not good with these controls, and I can never learn how to hit one of these guys. I don't know why I have so much trouble taking on the Dark Knights. I feel bad because I shouldn't have wasted this many hearts on these guys. Come on, really? Okay, jeez. Don't tell me he's... Oh my god, he's really following me. Okay, I'm not using my potion until I kill off these guys. Or, yes! A fairy! I'll take it. Thank you, game. I'll take the fairy. I don't want to use my potion. I'm too stubborn. We'll save it for a little bit later on. But alright, let's go ahead and now enter here. So, after taking on these dark nits, and I honestly saved another room full of dark nits, I'm pretty sure. So, it's a good thing I bombed that wall, because, yeah, we would have had more dark nits to deal with. But in this room, we have a bunch of keys, which isn't really too annoying. But let me quickly pull out my boomerang, because I just want to dispose of them as soon as possible and not have to deal with them. But alright, once you kill this room, you may say, okay, I used a small key and I made it here. I just got a key back. Was it really worth it? I mean, we kind of just wasted time. But no, it was worth it, because if you place the bomb here, well, and enter it, you'll notice a very interesting secret, and that is, well, I bet you'd like to have more bombs. Yes, I would, and for 100 rupees, you can carry up to 12, and he maxes your bombs as well, so pretty freaking useful if you ask me. I love the little bomb upgrade you can get from the old man. Too bad it's inside a temple, so it's pretty out of the blue. But that's not the item that we needed to begin with. What we really needed, and oh man, more of these. Okay. See, normally, this could be done fairly easy. Oh man, okay. You know what? Screw it. I don't really care. I don't know how to do this, guys. I just don't know how to take on these guys. I believe the blue potion will heal us up to the max still, so it's a good thing I obtained this. But yeah, I just need to work on how to use my sword in a projectile and hit off enemies without getting hit by them, because they're just good at it. They're just able to I mean, I guess because their sword is constantly out. If I was able to do that, then I wouldn't mind. I really wish I got that fairy earlier, but okay. Now I don't have to worry, because we could use the range of the sword to hit him from afar, so I don't have to get hit. Come on, man. Oh my god. Why am I so bad? Okay, I'm done playing stupidly. There we go. We got 1 heart, and now we can move on. Yeah, not in the best mood, guys. We'll just say that. So it sucks that I'm even playing slightly bad. I mean, in reality, some people might agree with me. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like, I shouldn't be struggling on any of this. But all right, let's just go ahead and leave and ignore everything. It doesn't really matter. We made it through. We got what we wanted, which was, I believe, the whistle. And with the whistle, we can actually play a certain type of melody that will help us later on. But now that we're done with all of this, we're pretty much done with the temple. There's no more fighting these guys. I really need to work on using, or just playing like old school games better, because yeah, the way I move my D-pad, it just makes it really hard for me to be accurate with hitting these guys. I just want to say, I just guess it's my D-pad in general is pretty wonky, if you ask me. I'm gonna go with that, okay? That's my excuse. That's the reason why I'm not performing the best of the best, but whatever. We managed to defeat them, and in doing so, we can now continue on. Okay, let's go ahead and kill off all of these guys so we can open up the door and head back to the room with the Dogongos, which I'm going to ignore. Even though I have a lot of bombs on me, we don't need to do anything about that situation, because, yeah, we are done with that. I'm just going to go ahead and head on to the next room, which I want to use this here. All right, let's go ahead and now move. You know what? Actually, let me kill off these enemies. There's going to be a lot of rooms with just a bunch of enemies. I'm going to most likely avoid them, but I'm pretty sure. Okay, we get a blue rupee. Not useful, or I mean, I'll take it, whatever. We can use it. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of these rooms are just generally useless, and you don't really have to kill off the enemies. So we can just continue through each room. And actually, no, this room is a little important, because I believe it has the compass. Not like it's really useful, but I'm just going to get it, because why not? All right, there we go. Luckily, these dark nets are very easy to kill, because they only take 1 hit. And look at that, we got the compass by defeating them, and now we can advance onwards. But yeah, these guys are a lot easier because they take exactly 1 hit instead of 2. And honestly, that is a lot easier if you ask me, because I don't know, just like when you hit them once and then trying to get behind them again, I usually get hit back. And then, yeah, you guys saw that whole situation. But we'll move on. And let's go ahead and enter the next room. Now, I believe this is the final room before the boss battle. So get ready, guys. Let's go ahead and actually pull out the item we need, which is going to be the flute. All right, here we go. It's time to take on the boss, Digdogger. Now, yes, this may sound familiar. Now, all it did is it just shrunk Digdogger. And, wow, what an honestly easiest boss out there, just because you're able to kill it so easily. And then here's, I want to say, a pretty useless room that locks you in. I don't know why I went in here, because the Triforce is on the top, but I just thought I'd show it off, because maybe someone might be wondering what this is for. But we got a lot of Gibdos just walking around, doing their thing. They look hilarious. You know, you can tell they're meant to be mummies, but not executed the best. But alright, let's go ahead and now leave. The door will reopen. Don't worry, Digdogger is defeated. And that does that. But before I do pick up this Triforce, I actually want to play this again. Yeah, this, I can't believe, like, the first time I heard this, when I first played this game, it hit me pretty hard because I was like, oh my god, that melody. It not only is it in A Link to the Past, but that is the beginning of Ocarina of Time's title screen. So it's pretty much like the first game music I've ever like really listened to. Because yeah, that's like the beginning melody of the title screen in Ocarina of Time, and then it, you know, continues on. But it's that exact same way, and it's so nostalgic, and it's crazy because yeah, when I figured out it originated from this game, I'm like, wow. So yeah, there's a lot more than what I expected, I guess. Yeah, this game really started a lot of things, and it's crazy how they were able to evolve off of this game, yet keep it the same in a sense. Now, don't get me wrong, like I said, I feel like this game is really outdated, and it doesn't feel entirely like a Zelda game, just because the way games are nowadays, there's a lot more to them, and yeah, with how little story this is, this feels like a, like, I can't really explain it. Pretty much like a Zelda game without everything in it. Like, yeah, it's still a Zelda game at its core, but it just doesn't have the qualities that that I got used to, I guess. But no matter what, it still is a Zelda game. My point is, it just, yeah, it feels outdated. So, I don't know. To me, it's just insane that it did start up everything and how it was able to evolve so well, and how we're at right now, Breath of the Wild. And, games look like that, guys. Games look as good as Breath of the Wild. We're in that day and age where games look borderline real. And yes, I can kill you, stinking pea hat. Wait, what? Oh, because it froze in midair, so I can't hit it. That's freaking hilarious. Technically, it stopped, but it didn't really, because yeah, the timer I have. And also, if I imagine Link covering the whole screen, I can imagine this being pretty seizure-inducing. You're like, look at this. This is so. Yeah, the colors are ridiculous. Like, what is this? The way Link blinks, it is very, very flashy. But all right, so we have made it to the next temple, because if we do make our way up here, you'll notice that yeah, the temple is ready to be taken on. It looks very scary because it's actually near the graveyard, so get ready for something pretty frightening. And look at that, we have the Triforce almost completed. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching this episode of The Legend of Zelda. Next time we're going to be taking on, I believe, the dragon. And funny enough, this is where my previous LP ended. So next time you're actually going to see something I've never done in a Let's Play, I guess. But yeah, stay tuned for then, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!